and I am purposely not providing the location of where I am at the request of friends that have told me about this place. But let's just say it's a couple-hour drive from where Gracie and I normally live. I love like this, right? It's just like the blanket of awesome. And it's not like, you know, flowery, powdery, but it's pretty powdery. Hello, MedTech. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Richard, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I actually had very limited expectations of who might come by. I know that I don't stream. I know that I don't upload much anymore. And so I do have the brightness turned all the way up on my phone, by the way, but as you might guess where I am right now, there's a lot of photons hitting me, and so therefore I may not be able to see your comments. So I apologize for that ahead of time. Although if you've ever watched any of my live streams, you know, no worries, Mike. When I comment, you basically get to it about 35 minutes later anyway. So, hello. Greetings, Mariano. How you doing? I made a bunch of videos that I'll upload here later today on my GoPro, but I basically took a road trip, and it was one of these deals where I was reminded, let's see, probably, I'm going to say at least 5, maybe 10 times over the last, say, what is today? Today's Monday. So over the last like 6 days, I was reminded by some of you who watch this, as well as some of you who I've never met but gave me comments. 11 p.m. here, rain in Sarasota, Florida. Ouch. Although, to be fair, right? Rain in Florida, that's better than sun in Maine. Except in the summer, let's face it, right? Because in Maine, shoot, in summer, it doesn't get dark till like 10:30. 9:30. Anyway, so I was reflecting with several friends on COVID, the COVID traveling extravaganza that I was able to gratefully experience. And I was reminiscing about what you guys have heard me refer to as Only Child Beach, which is, I believe, what I've found here. I came here. I found this at the recommendation of a very good friend of mine. And it was one of those recommendations where, yeah, no, dude, go here, bro. But whatever you do, don't tell anybody about it. So I'm like, all right, well, that's easy to do. I mean, again, this is one of these beaches in Thailand that I like, because what happens is that the level of development is such that like the road is there and you just park there. My favorite kind of beach in Thailand is when the road is there, but you basically just like drive off of the road and you just drive like right onto the dirt, and you can like put up a tent, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna not put this guy on TV because that's one of the reasons that I'm here, is to get some seclusion. So we'll do an anonymity on that one, but today. I believe that my hat for 83 baht was almost as cool as that guy's one. I will tell you that I believe his hat is actually cooler than mine. But again, it wasn't in video, so therefore, what are we talking about, right? 2 thumbs up. Oh my God, thank you guys so much. 5 of you watching, hello. Hopefully you're well. So I was thinking about the whole Only Child Beach thing, right? And so then this guy reaches out to me. My buddy reaches out to me, gives me this link, and he's like, go here. It'll take you, let's just say for the sake of argument, less than 3 hours to drive there. And I'm like, dude, done. Because, I mean, I do not live. Thank you for choosing, which I understand. Hello, Mike and Gracie. Hey, thank you guys for saying hello to each other, and thank you, MedTech, for your comment. Again, it's very bright, which is why I showed up here. But if I miss your comments, sorry. So I was thinking, all right, well, how do I experience like an Only Child Beach thing during high season of 2023, for God's sake. COVID's completely over. High season is, the fantasy of the tides, of course, is that it's back to 2019. Hello, Mojo. Hello, Florida. So I got 2 guys from Florida. Awesome. Sarasota and remind me, Tampa? St. Pete? Can't remember, Joe. Apologize. So I was like, okay, yeah, maybe it'll be like less busy. You convert, yeah. Good job. And because where I lived in San Diego, I mean, again, San Diego's a tourist spot to begin with, okay? But like where I lived, it was kind of an area in San Diego where pretty much the majority of the people, meaning at least 51% of the United States, will save up all year to go to a place like that for 2 weeks. And in fact, for some people, that is San Diego. But, I would go there and I would be able to find a beach like this. So that there's nobody there. And then that guy that had the awesome hat, he is so far away, even with a zoom lens, we couldn't find him. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm referring to, this is 83 Bot of love right here, my friends. This is the 83 Bot rockinhat.com. And welcome to the awesome sauce that is ocean. Where I lived in San Diego, even on like the busiest weekends, which for the most part, where I lived, you're talking about July 4th weekend, Memorial Day weekend, because that's kind of like the start of the summer, even though, to be fair, in May in San Diego, it's not great. We have May gray and June gloom. So, but basically, once July 4th shows up, then it's full tilt boogie until pretty much Labor Day. And believe me, the weather in San Diego after Labor Day is still stellar. September and October are probably one of the hotter months in San Diego. So anyway, during that time, during like the busiest weekend, so for, let's say, for sake of argument, Labor Day weekend, everyone's at the beach. Everyone, you go, oh, got to get one more beach, right? I would be able to come to a beach and it would be just like this. I was able to drive less than an hour from my house and I would be able to go to Only Child Beach. So I'm like, okay, if that's the case in San Diego, I got to be able to find a place like that here in Thailand. And it sure as hell isn't Pattaya, and it's definitely not Jomtien, especially now because this week is what starts the International Jet Ski World Cup competition thingy, which basically is going to take up an entire week. It's going to be very busy. It's going to be great for Jomtien. It's going to be neat to be able to watch it from my balcony. But I wanted this. And I was skeptical. My buddy told me, oh, yeah. But then he said, oh, yeah, I went down there like a couple of weeks ago with my friend who was in town, and we had the whole beach to ourselves. And I'm like, okay, I believe you believe that. So, Seal Beach with all the, hold on. See, I got to hit this. I don't know how to get the, okay, so hold on. There we go. Yeah, so I got the chat back. Let me see if I missed anything. Earth does need to make a hat to match my shirt. Thank you very much for that. Thailand, 2 to 3 days, 1st of January. Oh, awesome, dude. Seal Beach with all the LCACs. I'm sorry, I don't know what that refers to. So, but maybe, again, maybe it's an Only Child Beach that you're able to go to at Seal Beach during like high season, right? And it's still like totally not packed. And I'm amazed. I have found, I want to say this is probably the longest walking beach that I've been to in Thailand ever. Now, I mean, because, right? Like, so if you're over at, let's say, Ao Manao, right? Where, Prachap Kurikan, that's a pretty long walking beach. And arguably, it's kind of like, you know, all the way down there, all the way up here, all the way down, and maybe down to that, like, blue, I guess it's like a, you know, a boat or something like that. But this thing, this goes on forever. And I had no idea that it existed. And so here I am. Now, I've since been to a national park that's down here, and this is kind of common, actually. So you'll have beaches like this in Thailand that have this, you know, sort of a you know, a moon shape, half moon shape thing. And then for some reason, in the southern part, there will be a national park over there, which is kind of over there. And so that was pretty awesome. Check that out. Did a video. I'll upload that in a bit. But then I got down here, and I've already driven down this beach. And I will tell you, I think it took me, I want to say 15 minutes. You can do the math on this. At approximately 35 kilometers per hour to drive this whole beach. And I was going really slow, and then I'd like pull over if people were behind me because I didn't particularly want to have people be behind me. Hold on, wait, did I do? No, I don't want to pin that message. But what I do want to do, landing craft air cushion, hovercraft at San Diego. Oh, okay, cool, nice. So there's 2 people up there, but they're rocking in the right direction, meaning away from me. But it looks like they're going to stop, and they're potentially going to enjoy the beach right there. So that's fine. But I'm going to walk all the way down and continue to talk to you guys because I want to tell you that high season. So we're like what's today's date? 12th, maybe? No, it's the 11th, actually. 11th of December, 2023. And it is high season, and it is only child beach availability. I'm going to let these people walk down there. I'm going to walk away from them because that's why I'm here, to not be near people. The other thing I like about where I am is that it is far enough away from Jomtien and Pattaya, and the majority of the signage is in Thai. Went to a national park, 100% of the signage was in Thai. Street signs are in Thai, menus are all in Thai, and I love it. And the interesting thing about, so you see the, I mean, you've seen this millions of times before, right? So like basically you've got chairs and tables and umbrellas, right? And you come and you rent them for like 100, 200 baht, whatever. You get a thing of coconut, fresh coconut. And, but it's so empty here that I was driving along, and then there would be like just kind of sort of some random chairs and umbrellas, but there's nobody attending to them. They were just like sitting there, and, they weren't damaged or anything. But it kind of made me reminded me of COVID. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Siesta Key, Sarasota. Like powdered sugar, yep. Yeah, so the squeaking. So I'm not getting that here where it's like really hard packed, but if I go up here, I was noticing that earlier actually. If I go up here to the real powdery stuff, then yeah, I was getting a little bit of squeak action. So it's not totally flour, like potentially White Beach in, I don't know what this is. This isn't pineapples, right? It's kind of cool looking though. I've never seen those before. Some kind of palm tree with things on it. I will do this. Siesta Key is a real favorite spot. The other real favorite spot for Gracie and I is Lover's Key. Not for the obvious reason that we're lovers, but we just had a really, really nice time there. It was super quiet, super clean, like here. And so this is one of these places that I really like. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I mean. I thought that was kind of weird. It's like, this can't be. Anyway, it was a neat looking item. So now I'm at high season 2023, and I've found only Child Beach. And I thought this was only available during the when everyone was a COVIDiot, right? I mean, I'm over the moon excited about this place. I took some pictures of this, sent them to Gracie, and I was like, the next time I'm stressed out, remind me to just get in the car and drive. I'm trying to think how many days I've been out of Thailand since I moved here permanently in November of 2019. So I'm going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, probably all in total, probably 5 months. And you know what's really awesome right now? I just realized I have absolutely no idea where my car is. I know that it's past this because you can't probably see it because of the camera, but like right up there, there's a sign for a restaurant. It's all in pink and it says ice cream. And I remember driving past that, and in my mind, what I said to myself was the way that the Thais pronounce ice cream. I was like, oh, ice cream. Anyway, so I remember being here and my car is further down that way, but it doesn't really matter because I have what I like to refer to basically as SPF 1000 from this hat, and it was 83 baht. So I'm a big fan. I feel like I can walk forever and I don't need to worry about sunscreen, although who knows. Famous last words, he said to the dermatologist. But yeah, so okay, so for example, right there, like I don't see anybody hanging out, and I don't see anyone like being the monitor of that. Now, to be fair, if I sat down, I'm sure, you know, maybe someone would come up and they'd be like, hey dude. And honestly, if I was to sit there for more than 5 minutes, I'd be like, all right, there's got to be a basket somewhere where I can like put 100 baht, right? But that's just the point. So today's a holiday in Thailand, right? So that means that a lot of Thais have taken a 3-day weekend, and they're still on vacation. Yesterday was like, I think it's Constitution Day. I'm not overheating. My device is overheating. Mobile data, maybe. Oh my God. Is my stream lousy because my phone is overheating? How hot is it? I don't think it's all that hot. Well, I'll keep doing this until one of you guys tells me, oh, Mike, you stopped. That's frustrating. I mean, it's not, anyway, it's hot out. I get it. But I'm not overheating. So why is the device overheating? Everything's fine. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. Looks good. Okay, good. Thank you. You guys know how I am about that. I don't have a monitor with me. I just have the I just have the phone. And the battery was at like 93%, and 5G around here, as you know, San Diego, as you know, in Thailand is outstanding, right? So it's like, okay, cool. But I was so happy to be able to find one of these places. I even sent a message to my buddy. I was like, okay, dude, so like, I get it. You gave me a link to this beach and everything, and it'll take me, you know, however long it take me, 1, 2, 3 hours, however long to drive there. And, but it's a holiday weekend. Shall I wait till like Tuesday or Thursday, to go? And, he's like, no, he says, look, the beach is so long, clearly. He's like, even if you like see people, right, just walk down a little bit and there won't be any more. And so this is basically what I'm able to accomplish today, which is literally my fantasy. I so needed this. I needed to have no noise but this. Mission accomplished. Very nice. It is very nice. And I also miss doing live streams because I met with a few of you guys and you reminded me of positive, what's the word? Experiences you've had. I do need to find a rock because if I don't touch it, Joe, well, we know what happens then, don't we? And this definitely counts, bro. Definitely counts. But you reminded me, a couple of you guys that I had breakfast with, specifically Logan and Mark. Those guys were out here and I was able to sit down with them. Logan's now living here permanently. If you guys remember him, his YouTube channel, or his YouTube channel is like Van Rider, Logan Bike something. But he's here permanently now. And we were able to chat a little bit about, you know, that. But then Mark reminded me of, you know, why I started my channel, right? I mean, it's just like, I'm having these gratitude attacks. I got to be able to share these, dude. iPhone over 41 degrees C. Is that when it basically heats up and then stops working? 41. I'm trying to feel, I mean, dude, okay, I can tell you right now, this phone is not warm at all. This is like, it gets warmer when I charge it. So anyway, any luck, the stream won't stop. But there's also a part of me that wants to do this and then, you know, have this video available for afterwards, if for no other reason than to remind me, you know, Mike, you moved here for this kind of stuff, not for the world-class downhill luge and not for the work. But it's interesting, right? Because, I mean, I get a lot of satisfaction out of this and experiencing this and also sharing this on live streams as well as pre-recorded videos that I upload. But I also get a lot of satisfaction out of like creating something, and whether that's, you know, some degree of automation that basically uses technology to be able to provide a service. So for me right now, let's just label that as radio. there's an automation system, and then there's, you know, speaking and entertainment and that sort of thing that goes along with it. But I had forgotten that coming here and doing this is a requirement. But also, if any of you are only children, then I'm going to argue you will get what I'm about to say. Alone time is crucial. And the easy thing is to have that discussion with another only child, and they're like, yeah, right. The difficulty is trying to basically convey that reality to someone who grew up with brothers and sisters, or is a big family person, or who has a large family. Because in my experience, a couple things can happen. One is that they're offended, not deeply, but they're disappointed. Let's just say that. They're like, oh, she doesn't want to spend time with me. And then the only child is like, no, trust me, this is a requirement. I need some alone time. Now, the good news is Gracie and I have known each other so long that, like, she gets that. She knows that I don't, you know, I'm not going to go do something crazy, and I'm not going to go, you know, off the rails or something like this. But I need some alone time. And she also knows, I'm pretty certain, I believe she knows this, that it's not like I need time away from her. And that's, I think, the biggest challenge as an only child, to be able to basically convey with empathy and data to someone who's not an only child that, hey, I just need some alone time, right? Because, I mean, what's the joke about, like, you know, people, like, they get the man and woman, or, you know, any same sex, doesn't matter, a couple, right? They're together, and then the one, oh, I just need my space, right? And that's always sort of negative, and it means like one person's half out, you know, one person's half in the relationship. And that's not it at all. And so the good news is that, you know, again, Gracie and I have been together very, you know, closely, but we also spent time apart, and nothing went wrong. Like, we didn't get in a fight, and we didn't, you know, you know, but her version of not being with me basically involves family and doing things like that. Whereas my version of not being with her, being, you know, together, is one of two things. Me being completely by myself like this, which is freaking spectacular and needed. It, like, energizes me, but it also calms me down. It's awesome. Or being with my parents. And that's my family. My family is infinitely smaller than hers. She has many cousins. She has many second cousins. I have like 5 cousins that I know of that I see about every 15 years. I did see them recently because it was my mom's 85th birthday, but I likely won't see them again until she turns 90. Knock on wood, as they say. Thank you for the 6th thumbs up. And thank you, all 9 of you, for still continuing to watch. And so occasionally that's a challenge, right? The whole, like, I need some alone time. Now, I can guarantee you I do not use the phrase, I need some space, because we all have this sort of negative connotation of what that means. But that's the result. I'm looking to basically put space and, you know, between me and anyone, regardless of the level of respect, love, and admiration I have for her, which means Gracie is what I'm talking about. Because I love her. She's amazing. She's more amazing every month that goes by. And I think I get a little better with age too. We'll see. But I still need my alone time, and I can forget that. And that's basically the summary of that is me not taking care of myself. Let me see if I can I'll tell you what, I'm going to go up here into this shade so that I can read some of these comments, because I'm sure that some came in and I didn't see them, and I apologize for that. So let me get to these, because I appreciate you guys talking to me. All men require that piece. You think? Even ones that have like a large family? Disliked having siblings. I have no contact with them for at least 18 years. So I don't know if that's the same as being an only child. Maybe it's just like, oh, you would prefer to, you know, have a long time. I don't know. Perhaps the only glass is hot, not the electron. Could be, because that's behind me. Get my phone a hat. Yeah, there you go. You know what I need is I need one of those umbrellas like the Grab drivers have. 7 thumbs up now and 9 people watching. Thank you, Mariano. Appreciate the reminder. I put my thumbs up. Thank you guys. Very cool. 8 of you watching, 7 thumbs up. That's pretty good. That's pretty good statistical analysis from where I'm sitting. Sorry, I didn't mean to have this right in my nose. And I'm going to get past these families. Okay, so this is getting busy here, but I can see that further down, it's not. So this is like a busy area and it's not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk back to the car and then drive basically past these people. Now, this is what I've experienced with this beach. There will be an area like where I started where there's nothing, right? And then there's like a whole lot of this because there's a whole lot of, you know, hotels and that sort of thing, sort of on the back, on the street there. So I get why there's more people here. But while I also don't want to bother people, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered with people. But yeah, I get, you know, that's an interesting statement that all guys need that. Because I have some guy friends that are like so family, man. And, but I also think it's a little bit cultural because I will tell you that my experience with not so much Thais, a little bit Thais, but more so with Filipinos, is that they kind of have this belief, I'll say, that alone and lonely are almost synonymous. And for me, and I think, you know, maybe most guys, right? That's not the case. Because I can be alone. Well, first of all, I can be alone in a crowd of people. But I can also, okay, I know this is going to sound weird, but I have like thought about this many times, like over the last couple of decades, based on, you know, having a different definition of alone versus lonely. And I honestly don't think I've ever felt lonely. I think I felt like depressed. I know I felt depressed. I think I've felt remorse and sadness, fear, love, hate, right? But I don't think I've ever felt lonely, and I don't know what that feels like. Maybe one of you guys can be like, oh, no, I've felt lonely, and here's what it feels like, Mike. Okay. Because, I mean, I sort of associate it with having some degree of despair attached to it. And I suppose I don't know, have I felt despair? Maybe. You know, I mean, look, I'm not like, you know, unicorns and rainbows every day. The good news is that I have at least one unicorn and at least one rainbow. I just may not have them at the exact same time that I'm eating cookies and ice cream. But the good news about a unicorn is you ride one of those, pretty much everyone gets out of your way. You ride that thing towards a rainbow and everyone's like, oh, dude, is it June? Is it Pride Month again? No judgment. You guys want an awesome Pride Parade? Come to Jomtien in June. Pride Parade in Pati, it was lame. The one in Jomtien in June was epic. It was so engaging. The people that were like walking and stuff and on the floats, I just honor them so much. They were so comfortable in their own skin. It's great to watch. I think that's the main thing I love about it, right? Is watching people like being comfortable, like, because that's what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm real comfortable right here. It is easily 100 degrees. And for those of you that, you know, don't know Fahrenheit and you can't relate to that, and you can only know Celsius, imagine it's 100 degrees Celsius. How's that? It's that friggin' hot. And I couldn't be happier. I've found my car. So, okay, so this is, oh no, someone's in there. So anyway, these places that have these like random chairs and things. But see, here's my kind of spot right here. No chairs. Nobody yelling into their camera except me. And this has been nice experiencing this, but it's also been really cool to, oh, I'm psyched that dog didn't attack me. I've been psyched to do this live stream. I've missed doing live streams like this a lot. I don't have a studio right now. I don't have a studio for the spot right now. So I haven't been, you like the rocky shore? Okay, so I get that, Mariano. And I will tell you that I'm sure that there's sand in my sneakers. But like you, Mariano, I buy my sneakers for a couple of $100 and so that affords me the ability to basically just shake these up. But also if I really get, you know, dirty or whatever, I just throw them away. So let me see about this. My question, what is your favorite beach? Okay, so basically, let's go with, those are one of those things, don't think about it, just say it. And I'm gonna go with, oh God, there's so many, it's tough. I mean, I'm taking too long to actually think about this. Honestly, the one that pops into my head immediately is Big Beach in Maui. And I don't know why, because that is not my favorite beach. This kind of beach is my favorite beach. If you've watched my channel when I was cruising around in Phuket, I believe I went to 16 different beaches during COVID in Phuket, and I didn't even get to half of them. Wow, that's a really great question. I don't know. That's kind of like, who's your favorite singer, right? Who's your favorite rock band? What's your favorite radio station? Super easy to answer. Duh, the Spot.fm. How you doing? I felt lonely one day in my life, the day my wife passed away, well-rounded. That is I really appreciate that comment, because that is honesty. And I adore that. And, you know, well, okay, so hold on. Well-rounded, is that you, Joe? I can't remember. You have it it's like well-rounded or like yoga instructor. I can't remember what your new one is called, but regardless, Joe, as far as I know, your wife didn't pass away. So I have a feeling that that's not you, but thank you for that comment. That's rigorous honesty, dude. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Like when my folks pass away, I almost just started crying right now. When my folks pass away, I will update you guys, because that will be within the next decade. Ideally without not for a while, selfishly. But if they're uncomfy, then I would prefer that they sort of move on. Because you don't like seeing your loved ones uncomfortable, right? If there's another solution. And arguably, you know, when you're 85, 90, 95, the solution isn't, oh, I just need to do more calisthenics, right? It's just like, okay, there's a finite amount of things you can do when your body physically wears out. So, okay, so right, so maybe something like that will make me feel lonely. That's interesting. Totally different over there. At least they tell you they're a ladyboy instead of, if I guess, on pronouns. Ha, ha, ha. By the way, chocolate pronouns are he, or her, she. Chocolate's pronouns? Okay, fair enough. I have a second pair just in case. Attaboy. Absolutely. Always have a backup. I seem to have become Mariano. And that's not a bad thing. He's a good guy. That looks like a great place for a hammock. It does. Absolutely. I'm going to walk back there right now to said hammock, because that's up there with rope swing. As far as, you know, how I judge a good island versus a bad island, how many rope swings later would that be? But yeah, that's a pretty damn good spot for a hammock. How long have I been going? 33 minutes, as you guys know. I am dying to do like an 8 and 10 hour live stream, and I would like to do one in an environment like this. And I know that probably a lot of you are sick and tired of me like screwing around with live streams and doing the technology potentially more than I do the content. Which, of course, if you know me, which you do probably, if you're bothering to watch this video, then you also know that excites me, the whole technology thing. I've got my Spotmobile with me today, which is my rental car, and so therefore I was driving through Pattaya last night after I left Logan. He dropped me off at the car. Went to the oh God, what's that? Oh, see, so the short answer is, will there be pigeon cam? You can bet your ass there will be pigeon cam. Oh, the video quality is getting bad? Okay, sorry about that. Well, okay, good, thank you for that. Let me then, I'm gonna stop this video. How much battery do I have? I can't see. Hold on. Oh, I still have 76% battery, but you said, yeah, video quality is gonna work. So let me just be clear. I'll answer your question. Yeah, pigeon cam is a requirement. In fact, I've got the exact tripod flexible thingy that I can wrap around the railings of my balcony in the condo, and the pigeon cam will show us occasional pigeons, but more importantly, it will show us the jet ski competition, as well as a whole lot of this. So based on video quality decreasing and my desire to get a cool and refreshing beverage, I'm going to say, hey guys, how you doing? Thanks a lot for coming by. I really appreciate the interaction. I really appreciate the honest comments. And I really appreciate the assistance to be able to live life like this, but also enjoy it more. Your comments help me enjoy right now more. And I wasn't expecting that. Nice work, guys. Thanks. With that, it's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com saying I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, then you're doing it wrong. And I know exactly what that feels like, because there's been a couple of times in the last couple of weeks where I've been doing it wrong and I didn't realize it, but I wondered why I felt like I wasn't living the dream. Ergo, I was doing it wrong. And I feel like I'm doing it right today. And all I have is right now, today, the meter or so around me that I can occupy without bothering others, and I can not have other people bothering me. Oh, dude, did you seriously just buy me a smoothie? Thank you. I completely forgot that was even an option on this thing. $2. Okay, so that is basically at the current exchange rate. That's about 70 baht. So I'm going to take that 70 baht. Thank you for listening, Stuck. Appreciate it. God, I haven't seen you in forever. Thanks for coming by, you guys. I'm going to do another live stream because I really appreciate hanging out with you guys. But I'm going to go take my $2 right now, and I'm going to find a smoothie, and I'm going to buy it, then I'm going to come back. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Ciao.